Hi, I'm Clownly, and welcome in. I've got some crazy Reddit stories for you guys today, so make sure to stay and watch the entire video. Also, I would really appreciate it if you follow me on YouTube and on Twitch. I appreciate all the support, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Alright. I'm just gonna start off with a short one. Am I the asshole for ruining both my parents' marriages for disowning me? Just based off the title, I'm gonna say not the asshole. I love a petty bitch. I'm the byproduct of my parents' extramarital affair. That's a bigger yikes, bro. Both of them had spouses at the time. My birth mother got pregnant and had to tell her husband as he was overseas when I was conceived, so there was no way I was his. A few months after I was born, they decided not to divorce. I was given to my grandparents on my mother's side to raise with my birth father, secretly paying child support without his wife's knowledge. Bro had a full-on child and his wife didn't know about it? Both my parents had other children. My dad's side knows nothing about me, but my siblings on my mom's side were told that I am adopted by my grandparents. Recently, I decided that I wanted to know more about my dad's family, and I sent a friend request to one of my siblings and my dad so I could get to know him. He freaked out and contacted my birth mom, and they asked to speak to me over Skype. They both told me that they couldn't risk staying in contact with me and told me that they were going no contact and to please respect it and move on with my life. Well, I did pretty much the opposite. I contacted my dad's wife and shared screenshots of our conversations and told her everything. She's now divorcing him, while on my mother's side I told both my siblings, who then went to tell extended family, including her husband's side, so now they are separated and bro! This is insane, okay. Currently my siblings on both sides have been upturned, and after the satisfaction has worn off, I feel like I unnecessarily hurt them through my parents. Am I the asshole for ruining my parents' marriages? Bro! Like, in my opinion, not the asshole, it's on your fucking parents. They both cheated. They both apparently didn't tell their spouse about it, which just... Cheating is one thing. Getting your affair pregnant is also a whole new thing, but then to have the child and not tell your spouse is insane. That's fucking crazy. Because I don't know how old this person is, okay? They have to be at least like 12 years old, I would say, to like use Reddit and everything. By the way that they're typing, I would say they're at least a teenager. So these people have had a secret love affair child for at least 12 years. Could you imagine you're married to someone and then one day you just find out, oh, they have another child that I didn't know about? Yeah, it really is an 8-8 post. Let me just see what the comments are saying. Yeah, not the asshole. You didn't ruin anything they did. Sound like horrible, selfish people. Yeah, so it seems like everyone's pretty much in agreement that they're like completely fucked in the head, bro. See, the thing is, when you get your affair pregnant, you have the choice of either telling your spouse that you got someone pregnant and that you're gonna have a child with them, which in my opinion is the only right thing to do. You should tell your partner. They didn't want to tell their spouse. They didn't want to have any contact with the child, so why have the child in the first place? Why not just fully give it up for adoption? I don't understand. It's just weird, bro. This is weird as hell. That was a crazy one to start out with, I'm gonna be so for real. It's also insane how short but crazy this is. Anyways, let's do a longer one now. I'm gonna do the first one that I have open here. My 21 female sister, 19 female, failed in an attempt at blackmail. We still live together. How do I go from here? Again, crazy title. Pretty much all of these have crazy titles, to be honest. We got some trigger warnings here for emotional manipulation / blackmail, threats, estrangement, verbal aggression, insults. Hi, so throwaway for privacy reasons. Quick background. I'm a third-year college student at a very demanding undergraduate career. I can only work on summer break. Currently studying / living away from home thanks to a scholarship, so money is quite tight in my family. A year ago, my sister decided to study and live with me in the same place. To be honest, I was half excited, half horrified. She's my sister, but she has always been messy, unorganized, and pretty much kept an immature behavior all the time. Tantrums with my parents about going out, fights with them instead of reasoning. But yeah, who is not immature at 18 years old? My sister kept this behavior and brought it to college. Her room is a mess, it smells weird, and has never been vacuumed or cleaned in a whole year! Huh? keeps getting late to class, forgets stuff, etc., and has been always bad with money managing, spends a lot on booze, parties, clubs, Uber, you name it, except drugs. Not that I'm aware of, though, but seriously doubt it. So as her sister, I try to teach her a little bit of finances, how much to spend on groceries, ways to save money, be clear on how much we're allowed to spend. Well, I kinda saw an improvement on her last year. She told me where she went at night, with who. I'm not her mother, that's not my role, but I care for her, so I used to ask her all weekends where she was going. Not to tell her, no, don't go, but to know where she was going to be. I mean, that makes sense, honestly. Like, I would also want to know where my sister is if I lived with her, or like, where my friend is when I live with them, because it's just like a safety thing, you know? And yeah, dude, the cleaning thing is just absolutely insane. I have a messy-ass apartment. I'm gonna be so for real, my apartment gets super messy at times, but never once have I not cleaned or vacuumed in a whole freaking year. Dude, 1 year? That's a crazy long time. And I do not want to know what hides underneath all of that garbage. Anyways, back on me, last year I met the nicest and most charming guy, and even when we are at a long distance relationship right now, we are finally on a serious status, but my parents do not know yet. I plan to tell them in 2 weeks when my evaluations are done, and I want it to be a surprise because he's just perfect for me. Kind, polite, smart, it's my first serious relationship, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna like him. Since I live with my sister, I decided to tell her first when we both agreed on being in a serious relationship, and told her I was going to tell my parents in my way, and that I trusted her with this. I'm the first member of my family that has a long distance relationship, so it will be kind of difficult explaining it to them because of a generational gap. I never told her the date I plan to tell my parents or when she could meet him. My significant other wants to meet my sister so bad. But something snapped in her in the last 2 weeks. She became much more careless about priorities. She was late for at least 8 days on paying rent. I always give her the money on the first day. She doesn't wash her dishes anymore or does her part on cleaning the place, blew off all of her groceries budget for 15 days, and since she has nothing in the fridge, she begged me to give her more money, even when the day before she went out with a friend until morning, knowing she had nothing to eat. People like that piss me off. You can't be asking me for money when you go out partying all the fucking time, bro. Don't get me wrong here, I'm not very financially responsible, but I'm financially responsible enough that I know how much money I can spend on my free time so that I still have money for food and don't have to beg people. And I just don't like people that do this. It's just very selfish and ignorant. Where was I? So thanks in part of lurking r/relationships, I put my foot down and told her no, even when she offered me to pay me with interests. It's our parents' money after all, so yeah, what's the catch on that? I called her out on her behavior and told her I would not give her a cent from my budget until she spoke to my parents about this, that it was becoming a problem. She went quiet and never asked me again. To the blackmail part. Now yesterday she told me, around midnight, that she needed some documents that her college administration office is demanding her, I don't even know for what exactly, and asked me if I had copies, and that due date is today at 6 p.m. So I sent her the documents super late at night at her email and went to sleep. Today in the middle of a class she texted me saying that she had forgot the password for that email and to please send it through other email or Facebook. I had no problem with sending it again, but now I was pissed at her and told her how could she put parties, clubs, going out above paying rent and having food in the fridge, and just how could she just do stuff at the last minute? Well, she told me that I could take 5 minutes to be nice on her and sending it again. I was in the middle of class, you know, I'm supposed to pay attention to the lecture, I was going to send it after that, and to stop being sour and bitter. And what made me laugh out loud, that it was not convenient to have her in a bad mood while I was in a relationship with my significant other, and to not count on her when I tell my parents. Yeah, I felt like she was threatening me. I don't think that sounds like a threat, but let's go on. Again, I guess thanks to the sub, I decided to be the calm one and called her on her behavior again and told her that the one who probably did not want in a bad mood was me. I managed the money and had whatever she wanted, and my parents do not know a single word about her spending her money on her food on booze. Oh! So the parents don't even know this. Yikes. I finished saying that I wanted my family, including her, to be part of my relationship with my significant other, just as I'm going to be part of his, and gave her an ultimatum of just telling me if she wanted to be part of it or not. She has seen it but not responded yet. I'm no longer afraid of telling my parents about my significant other, but seeing that my sister tried to use something I trusted her with against me kinda makes me think twice about a relationship, but we are still living together, so I know it's going to be awkward. Was I too harsh on her? What should I do next, besides moving out? So, what the person person who wrote this personally thinks as well is that she's basically threatening her of telling the parents, but the way that they phrased it here with the "to not count on her when I tell my parents," it just doesn't really sound like a threat to me of like, oh, I'm gonna tell them. It sounds more like I'm not gonna be supportive. But even with that, I don't think that they're too harsh on their sister. I don't even like know where to start on this. There is so many things that are wrong with this. And I genuinely hate people that act like this, bro. I know her sister is just 18 and you're like still very immature at that age, but you need to be better. Like, come on. Yeah, she is really being like irresponsible, and so either way, like, even if her sister like didn't mean this as a threat, I still think that her sister is definitely the asshole. Relevant comments. Wow, as soon as she thought she had leverage on you, she started treating you and your home like shit. Can you boot her? Wait, I didn't even clock that. So as soon as as she told her about her long distance relationship, that's when her sister started like treating her like shit? That's insane. Yeah, okay, that like makes it a bit worse. Not can you boot her, fucking boot her. She sounds lazy, entitled, and dismissive. She knows she has a golden parachute. She has no reason to change. That'll change when she has to get her shit together because big sis is kicking her out. Yeah, that's honestly where I'm at too. I'd say kick her out. I wouldn't even say move out, I'd say kick her out. I mean, as long as the sister like still has the parents to fall back on, I think there's nothing wrong with kicking her out, to be honest. Wait, how old is this first person? 21. 21 and 19. Like, come on, at 21 you still don't really have your life together, and to have your little sister living with you and, like, behaving like this, not your responsibility. Your sister's, and at worst, your parents' responsibility, but not yours. Talk to your parents, tell them what happened and that they need to find a new place for your sister to live, or you won't be responsible for your actions. Crazy comment. But I agree still. Update. February 17th, 2016. Hi again, last post got some attention. Thanks for everyone who read it and even more to those who took the time to comment. I really appreciate the input. So yesterday, the last thing that I posted was that my sister had seen the message but had not answered yet. Well, a little bit after that, everything just went south through WhatsApp. And besides that, the orthography she used could give cancer? Kind of, oh my goodness, okay, so she was like writing like that. kind of writing like this. I can't even. She just dug herself even deeper in dirt, and frankly, I am done. I'm exhausted at this point and have better things to focus my energy on. So onto the conversation. I won't copy paste it because the original is quite long again. Sorry, long wall of text. Okay, get ready. Besides the what the fuck factor that you have a long distance relationship with him, I already talked to dad, but I wish you understand that I get up like super early and get home so late. I don't have it super easy like you do. The rent is cheap, and that time I went out was like once. A friend was in town and had like 0 evaluations. I'm so sorry about the dogs. They told me Sunday night. Okay, I admit that I don't do my dishes and need to work on that, but don't know where they come from. I don't eat that often at home. What really bothered me was that you refused to send the documents like I'm asking you to come in person and deliver them to me in hand, and literally the only favor you have ever done for me was borrow me a couple dollars in January. Have empathy and stop being so arrogant. I don't say anything when you use my honey that I bought myself. I hope someone does the same to you. Sounds like someone is gaslighting a bit. I hate it, bro. This is my pet peeve. I hate it when people accuse other people of having it easy. It pisses me off so bad. I hate it when people say, I don't have it easy like you do. Like, bro, you don't know how my life is. Like, you don't know if I have it easy or hard. And just because maybe, like, the OP of this post, maybe they, like, don't work as much or like don't have to study as much or something, that still doesn't mean that they have it like so much easier than her sister. Anyways, look, I'm sorry, I promised to do the dishes half a week. Okay, 30 minutes later, so I'm assuming OP didn't respond to that and the sister just realized that she fucked up a bit and sent another message. To be clear, I sent my ideas in paragraphs. I never had any trouble sending those documents. I was in class and I'm still with evaluations. If you had told me Sunday night, I would have sent them the very same night. Just like it doesn't take me 5 minutes to send them, it doesn't take you 1 to tell me on time. My program being super easy. Seriously, I got offended by this. Yeah, I would too. If her sister didn't do the program that she is doing, then her sister doesn't even know how hard it actually is. Refusing to give you money for my budget because yours was spent on parties is not being arrogant. I'm not superior to you. I don't eat honey. It's probably dripping on your cupboard. Check that. I know empathy. I know how it's like being with no free time. Another hint, I don't go out on weekends because I'm studying. And so I know that it's possible to get organized. Yes, it's not common practice how my relationship with my significant other is right now, but we both agreed on making it work. You tried to use something I trusted you against me, and although I can forgive, I won't forget. Anything regarding him, you will know it from someone else than me, but you're still invited to meet him because he wants to. Just tell me when you have the time. You forgot to take out the trash. Crazy at the end of that. You never told me about the trash, and I never said anything against you, and I'm always shocked how mean you are just with me. The worst being that I'm used to it. Other people have told me that. I promise to change the things about the trash and dishes. Won't tell you to never ask me for favors. Heck, please ask me for favors. I will do them. I'm so not looking for revenge. Not because I want to prove something, but because it would be so tiring to take revenge on something not worth it. I'm sorry for what I've done. I admit I'm messy, and I will put aside whatever excuses for my lack of time. I'm gonna change that for my own good and hopefully for you too. If you need anything, just tell me. It feels kind of manipulative. I can't really, point my finger on why. I'm not, accusing her of being manipulative, that's just kind of how it feels to me personally. I know you're not out for revenge, that would be so weird for a couple docs that I couldn't send because I was paying attention to my professor. If you want to do favors for me, I prefer you do those to yourself. Be clean, get organized, and start tracking your expenses. It's a good start. I get worried that your priorities are wrong. The mean behavior I'm displaying just might be because of how you treat me. Isn't it surprising how it's only with you? Yeah, that's also the thing. If this person is only shitty towards their sister, there's probably a reason for that. Oh, and she also says, we agreed on the trash on Sunday. You were on your phone. Take it out next time. So as of today, she had not seen this message, probably just ignoring me by now. So yeah, that happened yesterday. I just want to mention that it was hours before an exam, so it got me stressed and will probably affect my grade. What's my next step? First, as much as I wish to move out right now, I can't. Money is tight right now, but I know I won't have to share a house forever with her. And only until I get my degree and get a job, then I will be able to get out and never share a place with her ever. For now, patience. Period. I'm still gonna live with her, but for me she's just another roommate, no more, no less. I will tell my parents again. This behavior is not unusual, but I'm going to demand them to give her all of her budget. I'm done being more of a nanny than a sister, and like one of you said yesterday, she can live without a nanny or a manager. Big changes start with baby steps. Along with that, I plan to tell them about my significant other. I got nothing to be used against me, but if my sister thinks she got leverage on me with that, I'd rather take the imaginary wind out of her sails as soon as I can, although it's nice to let her dream a bit longer. I got a killer internship on January that's gonna give me a badass resume. Hell yeah, let's go, love that for you. Today I'm gonna see the nicest gentleman that is my significant other. I managed to get a research position at my college, and I'm also an editor of a college magazine. So if something is gonna affect my grades or performance or even get in my way, it's gonna be me, not meaningless drama from my sis. I love that when people are telling like stories about their awful friends or family members or partners or something, but then they input how well they're actually doing in life. Bro, she is doing fantastic. Her sister is just jealous or something, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have a third update after I talk to my parents, but hopefully they will open their eyes because mine feels sore by now. I'm done. Sorry I sounded angry, I'm still fuming a little bit, it's not my nature. Relevant comments. If rent money is coming from your parents, they should give that directly to you to make sure the rent is paid. Yeah, that is so true actually. Why are the parents giving her the money if she can't pay her sister the rent because she spends that rent money? That's just not how it should be. Swap your doorknob out. One that locks with a key and keep your room locked. Yeah, she should honestly keep her room locked. Because I feel like in the messages, this sister repeated a bunch of times oh, I'm not looking for revenge, blah blah blah. If someone repeats over and over again that they're not looking for revenge and that they're not petty and they won't do anything, they're probably gonna do something. They're probably already thinking of something to do. I don't trust that sister. She seems a bit sneaky. Hold on, let's see if there's oh, they did make another update, but it can't be recovered. Still definitely the sister is the asshole. No matter what this other update was, definitely the asshole. Thank you so much for watching this video. We actually decided during editing to turn this into a series with multiple parts just because the stories were so long. So yeah, there's going to be more parts releasing in the future, and you should definitely follow me on Twitch if you enjoyed. I mostly stream video games, but maybe I'll do something like this again. So yeah, my Twitch is right here, and I hope you have a fantastic day.